Imagine a cramped Harvard dorm room in 2004. The air is thick with excitement, of young minds brimming with ambition. Among them is a 19-year-old named Mark Zuckerberg and is hunched over a keyboard typing furiously. The glow of the monitor reflects in his eyes and is filled with determination and a long vision. His latest project, the Facebook, is a simple website that lets students connect and share with each other online. Those were the beginnings of the trillion-dollar company now known as Meta. This video will explore some of the reasons why the company has scaled the heights it has, and exactly what the founder had in mind as he built this behemoth of a company. So let's get right into it. First is Zach's vision. So in terms of how they built Facebook, what you should know is the initial idea for Facebook was the initial idea behind Facebook was to connect the whole world. At the time, there were a lot of anonymous computers and websites that really did not offer the full package in terms of how people would interact on the internet. At the time, everybody would not really use their real name, but Zach at the time had a dream of connecting the whole world through this whole interface called Facebook. So that was their vision, and they really didn't stray from that vision. They were offered a lot of money, but in the end, they rejected it. So a lot of companies came to Facebook to buy it. 2 years in 2006, a couple of companies, the CEO of MySpace came to offer Mark money. His name was Christy Wolf, and he offered about 75 million. He offered Zuck insisted on $75 million, but he offered less than that. So that deal didn't really go through. But after a couple of years, in around between 2005 and 2006, they got a bunch of offers. But in 2006, the biggest offer they got was from Yahoo, and they got an offer of about $1 billion, which, when offered at the time to a 19-20-year-old, was going to be a life-changing money. But Zach refused, and the story is told that it was stated that it was just a kind of formality when they went to a meeting with the Yahoo guys, but the idea was that they weren't really going to take the money anyway. Although Peter Thiel said he kind of pushed Zach towards doing that because it was a lot of money. So vision and ambition is a big deal in terms of how Zach made his money. So the next thing is innovation. So Facebook's motto, as we all know, or at least as some people know, is move fast and break things. It's kind of been the thing at Facebook that they grow as they innovate a lot within the company. Right now they're concentrating on AI and stuff, but a year or two ago it was the metaverse, and before that they were kind of just growing their arsenal. But a huge innovation that came to Facebook was in the summer of 2007 when Facebook was like 3 years old or something, and a team of engineers, Leah Perlman and a bunch of our friends, started a project called Project Props, and that project led to the building of the massive Facebook, the like button. The like button was initially built in other companies. It was first built at dig.com, but it was only used intrinsically. But Facebook popularized, and they made the like button the big deal that it is today. So that's Facebook. And that's how they ended up becoming the big innovators that we know them for. Another thing is that Facebook is just not afraid of competition. as other websites came to be, as other websites came in the process, as other websites jumped into the fray, Facebook would either buy them out or just kill the competition. Last year, Facebook noticed that Twitter was going through a lot, so they just created Threads to kind of steal a bunch of customers from Twitter, and well, they did. Threads isn't growing as it was, but they really did, and that's kind of an example. But if you take the normal thing that they do, for example, in 2009, Facebook, was it in 2012 rather, Facebook bought Instagram. Instagram has gone up to like 300% now. It's the biggest investment ever. Facebook, Zuck and his team noticed that Facebook was really growing, and I mean Instagram was really growing. In like 2 years it got to about 20 million users, and it was just pictures, and the team didn't really, there was of course they were taking a couple of people away from Facebook. So what they did was they just went and they took and they gave him an offer that not a lot of people were refused. So they gave him $1 billion, and boom, they got Instagram. And Instagram has gone from like that 20 million users to like 1 billion users now, and revenue is like $50 billion at this point, which is actually insane. But it's kind of one of the best acquisitions ever made by a company, probably the best one actually. So Facebook was never afraid of their competition. They were sticking to their core, and Zuck at this point says the important thing is not really concentrate on competitors, but well, he concentrates on competitors too, so but anyway, the idea is execution is much better. But if they see competition, what they do is they crush competition, and really good founders seem to do that. So next and lastly, Zuck built a really strong team. It's important to really hire the right people. Zuck said it's important to really hire the right people. So, for example, in an interview, when they're interviewing someone, they'll bring someone to the team who they could envision working with and liking working with. And it wasn't like, okay, let's get a strict MBA guy. But if they like you and they like what you're doing, they see that you're kind of aligning with their vision, they take you into their team. Sheryl Sandberg, I think. Her name was Sheryl Sandberg. I don't know, whatever. Her name was Sandberg something. And then her last name was Sandberg. She was a big Google exec at the time. She was poached from Google by Facebook and became its second in command, its COO. And it's kind of, the story of how it goes is they were interacting a lot. And when Zuck and Sandberg were meeting, it was kind of like they were dating. They would interact a lot, and they would ask each other a lot of questions, and he would ask her a lot of questions, and it was like a pretty deep interrogation. And in all of that, that was kind of the point, was to figure out if she's right for the team, and if being her second in command was like, his second in command was like good enough and stuff. So yeah, it's really important to, I guess, know who you're working with. And yeah, so that's basically it for how Facebook was built.